Hello, and welcome to another update video on Ethereum. So Ethereum is still on its way higher. I'm starting here on the daily time frame, and yeah, so far the preferred bullish scenario is still unfolding. The idea was that we might see a reaction to this support area. This is, by the way, the higher level daily chart, right? That we might see a reaction to support and then start a rally towards this blue zone. And I think those messages were very clear. For most people, I'd argue the daily chart is probably the way to go, because unless you're really an intraday trader, those smaller time frames aren't going to be super helpful for you. You might get confused and you might make decisions that are not really in line with your trading plan, because I think most people don't have the time to trade intraday all the time. So the daily chart cuts out all the noise, and here it shows in a very impressive way how it can just make sense to add positions in these support areas, especially when we are entering a support area that is also mapped out on the daily chart, right? So here we had a nice pullback trade setup between $1,616 and $2,170. So people ask me, what to do now, how to enter when the trade is already going. The thing is, the answer is always, it says always, I can't really give you an answer on that. If you didn't use the setup when it was there, I can't really give you an answer for that. I mean, I can't even tell you to buy in these areas, right? Some people are bold enough to do it, others don't, and the support area was clear, and it was quite clear that this year might have been the last larger opportunity to enter before the last rally, because the wave 5 is mapped out as an ABC structure, right? And the B wave pullback support area was this one. And so the idea was, as long as we're holding above 1616, the overall focus is on higher. So use the pullbacks when they are there. And we might now indeed be on our way to that blue target zone there, right? Now, the first objective for the bulls was a break above the green line. So that indicated a range breakout. Now, you might have traded the range breakout, but if you also didn't do that, I mean, again, I don't really have an answer for you then. Because there are hundreds of ways how these charts can be traded, but for most people, pullback trading is the best way to do it because it's the lowest risk, highest reward setup, right? So, yeah, I mean, there will be pullbacks along the way, I'm sure. They might be shallow, though. And if there are new pullback setups, I will, of course, share them. So until then, the key level that really matters here is the 22nd of June low at around $2,120. So for now, the price is, grinding higher based on this structure. Now, again, let's take a look at the shorter time frame for Ethereum. Here you can see the roadmap to the upside, especially here the roadmap from the 22nd, 23rd of June low. And you might recall that we were tracking here a 1-2 setup, and this was another 1-2 setup, and the price has indeed confirmed the direct route higher. There is still a risk. This might be part of white wave B, and we might hit the area again. Then there might be an opportunity that's right for you if the price dips back into that support area. But again, until we actually break support, there isn't really any sign that the upside momentum is weakening. Yeah, it would take a break below 2,740 to now indicate that at least the bears are taking the lead in the short term, or at least a local top is in. Yeah. I can see potentially over the weekend that maybe a wave 4 is going to unfold. That often happens. And there is a support area that needs to hold. I've just added the 23.6 fib level, so 2,894 to 2,740. When these levels change, and they change at the moment all the time because the third wave is unfolding, and then all we need to do is adjust the support area with the price because it's calculated based on the length of the third wave. So I do that on our live charts a lot and post the updates also on Discord if you're interested. But the idea is that as long as we're holding above $2,740, there is no sign at all a top is in. And even then, if we go down lower than that, only if it's a 5-wave move down, I would call it the C wave. It's entirely possible that we just simply test this dashed line again, which is at around 2,380, because I mentioned it yesterday, the next best bullish scenario will be some kind of a diagonal structure to the upside. Yeah. It could be a diagonal pattern that's unfolding, but for now, there is no reason to fight a trend, especially in crypto. People are shorting these rallies. I mean, I don't see a short trade setup from here. I gotta say, if there is a 1-2 setup to the downside, then there is. Okay, doesn't mean that a short couldn't work. It might do, but the upside momentum is still there, right? So I see no indication at this point that the upside momentum is weakening. So yeah, hopefully that helps. That's the update on Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for watching the videos on this YouTube channel. If you've been thinking about joining MCO as a member, now might be a great time. You can use the link in the video description and apply the discount code right below it. You will get 50% off your first month of our Gold membership, and you can explore everything we offer. It's the easiest way to test the membership, see if it's a good fit for you, and get a feel for the community, join the conversation, and I'm looking forward to meeting you in our member area.